And Rana, obviously these are details just coming in. This is a breaking news scenario. Just bring us up to date what we know for certain.
Well, we're still, like you are, trying to figure out what's going on. It's even not clear whether the attacks have been over. We definitely know that at the parliament there is a hostage-taking situation. A while ago there were reports of the sound of an explosion on the 4th or the 5th floor of the parliament. We know that at least one person has been killed there. According to Fars news agency, 33 people have been injured. At the mausoleum, as you said, there were at least 4 attackers. One of them was a suicide bomber, including a woman. But it's very difficult. There are so many reports that come out and then they get rejected by the authorities. It's still going on.
With the parliament situation, obviously 2 situations going on in Tehran, but let's look at the incident in the parliament. It's really, there's a lot of tight security in that parliament. I know that it's impossible to even get a mobile phone in. So how on earth did people armed be able to get through?
Obviously, these are according to the reports that we're seeing. Apparently, they have shot at the security guards as well. They haven't been killed, but they have been injured. That's how they got in there. What's surprising is that it was an ongoing session. So the MPs were doing their daily jobs when they heard the sound of shooting. And even for a while, they carried on. They didn't realize that it was happening at the back of the building where the MPs' offices are. And that's where the hostage-taking is going on. But now we know that many of them have been asked to leave the building because it's quite volatile.
So we understand that that situation is an ongoing situation. Yes. In the mausoleum, obviously hugely symbolic, the mausoleum of the founder of the current Iran, the Republic. What exactly is happening there? What do we know?
So at the moment, we don't know whether it's over or not, but we know that there was one suicide attacker. They have found a suicide belt which hadn't gone off. So that explosion hadn't been successful. There is a photo of an explosion, what it looks like it's happened outside of the mausoleum, and there were 2 or 3 gunmen. But whether there are still more gunmen, we don't know yet.
OK, well, Rana Rahimpour, I know you need to get on and investigate more about this. On the line live now, we can speak to Syed Mohammed Miranda, a professor of North American Studies at Tehran University. Professor, thank you for joining us. Just tell us what you know about what is happening now.
Well, things are still unclear. There were 2 attacks, as you probably know, one near the burial place of the founder of the Islamic Republic, Ayatollah Khomeini, and another in Parliament. And it's still unclear what's happening. Of course, one of the most important things that people are talking about, online at least at the moment, is the fact that Mohammed bin Salman, the Deputy Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, a few weeks ago on Al Arabiya TV, said we must take the war into Iran. And since there are very clear established links between Saudi Arabia and ISIS, according to WikiLeaks, according to Clinton's emails, and according to Defense Intelligence Agency documents, and the fact that Al-Qaeda too has been linked to, it's quite possible that the Saudis are using their people or their influence inside these extremist organizations to carry out the attacks. This is speculation. Since he did make this explicit threat, there's a lot of talk about this at the moment.
Yes, of course, that's speculation online on the social media sites. We don't really want to speculate at the moment, Professor Miranda. In terms of what is actually happening, we understand that the incident, what is happening at the Parliament, is still ongoing. Is that your reading of this?
That's correct. It is still ongoing. But what I would like to add is that the statements, it is speculation, but the statements were made very explicitly by the Saudi Deputy Crown Prince on Saudi TV, Al Arabiya. And the Iranian First Vice President, Mr. Jahangiri, has said that the Saudis have tried many times to carry out attacks in Iran, but they failed. So the Iranians believe at the moment that the number 1 suspect is either Saudi Arabia or groups linked to Saudi Arabia. Even if they're not, it is almost for certain that the extremist groups, Wahhabi groups, the Saudis and others, as well as Western countries, have been supporting over the past few years, who carry out attacks in London, as well as in Birmingham and other parts of the world, have also carried out attacks in Tehran. So I think people in Iran expect Europeans, Americans to put pressure on the Saudis to end their support for these extremists.
Professor Marandi of Tehran University, we don't want to speculate. Obviously, this is an ongoing situation at the moment, but thank you for sharing your thoughts with what is ongoing, those two incidents that have been taking place in Tehran. Of course, the moment we get more details, we'll bring those to you.